All right, the biggest mistake that MSPs make when it comes to in-person or webinar events is not having them. MSPs want to be known as thought leaders, the ones educating the market and protecting them. But we don't get that education out there or don't make it part of our brand. So if you want to be known as a thought leader and you want to find ways to engage with people that aren't your clients, you're going to have to start doing webinars or in-person events. Now, I understand that there's a lot of fear that comes in with that. Will anybody show up? Will they make fun of me? Will my content be impactful enough? And in all honesty, we're not always great at it the first or second time. That's why we got to get started. The more and more you do it, the better and better you'll get at it. So 3 things to consider when you're looking into starting your first event. Number 1 is the frequency. And we would typically say we want continual education out in the market to establish our brand and establish our company as a thought leadership company. So quarterly webinars is a great place to start. You can educate on different topics, cyber landscapes, or just general support opportunities. We want to give yourselves at least 45 days on every webinar to prepare, build the content, invite clients, and get it really nailed down. Second is in-person events. And typically we'd say, hey, at least one annual in-person event. Now, there's a lot of fear that comes in these in-person events. Will people show up? Is it going to be expensive? But at the end of the day, it gives you such a great opportunity to engage with your clients, prospects, and just the general community. So frequency is important, but let's also talk about the topic, right? We want it to be educational, impactful, and current. So we want to make sure we're passing information, we're not selling to people. We want to make sure it's something that's important in their life, like cybersecurity today or data protection, and that it's current. We don't want to tell the same story that everybody else is telling from 3 years ago. We need to come up with new content. So we're telling them something that's impacting their lives and they can look at you like the thought leader. Last is audience. We typically put this in one of 3 buckets, and we want to know who we're focused on, because if we're constantly only looking at prospects to try and sell to, we're likely going to struggle at really launching our process of education or events. So we want a good mix typically of current clients, prospects, and then just community members, people that can go ahead and refer our brand to other people. So there we have it. The biggest mistake that most MSPs make when it comes to events is not having them. So schedule your first one, get after it, and get better at them all the time. I'm Jim Peterson, Principal Solution Advisor at ConnectWise, and if you need help with your first, second, 10th event, we got your back. Our process goes from idea all the way through execution and even assistance with the in-person event or webinar presentations themselves. So hit us up.